Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Essie and today I'll be showing you how to prepare this beautiful tasty sausage crepes. They can be used as brunch or you can use them for lunch, and they are very delicious and kids love them. So guys, let's do this. So all you'll need is some cinnamon, a teaspoon of cinnamon, pinch of salt, then you'll need some butter, melted butter, around a tablespoon and a half, 2 eggs, 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 chopped capsicum, then you have 1 chopped onion, 1 lemon, 2 tomatoes, garlic ginger paste, already cooked sausages cut into cubes. Then I'm going to use some beef masala and paprika, and of course you'll need an empty bowl. Add in the dry items, that is the 1 cup of flour. Then I'm going to add my 1 pinch of salt and the cinnamon. After doing so, I'll just give it a good mix. There. Then I'm going to add my 2 eggs. And then I'll go in with my butter. Make sure that all these liquids are room temperature. Then I'll mix the milk. I love it. So let's do this. You can use a blender, but for me, I think it's just going to be too much work, so I just prefer using a bowl. After giving it a very good mix, this is what you should have. Yeah, it should be that light. So I'm just going to cover this and place it aside for about 10 minutes. So I've already covered. I'm just going to give it the 10 minutes, then we can start cooking. As that is getting ready, I'm not going to just sit and relax. I'm going to start preparing the sausages. So in a pot, go ahead and add some vegetable oil. Then add your onion. Give it a good stir. So at this stage, I'm just going to add a little salt. Now at this point, I'm going to add my ginger garlic paste. Then give it a really good stir. So we're not going to wait until the onion is too dark. That is just fine. So I'm just going to go in with the tomatoes. Then at this point, I'm just going to add half a teaspoon of beef masala, and then half a teaspoon of paprika. And finally, I will add my chopped capsicum. I'm just going to reduce the heat and allow this to cook for about 3 minutes. So this is what you should have. At this point, I'm just going to go and add the sausages. If you like to add any other spices, it's okay. It's not limited. Yep, like that. And since the sausages are already cooked, they don't need to stay on heat for so long. Look at that, it's so beautiful. So now I'm just going to squeeze in the lime. Don't worry about the seeds, we're going to take them off. So be careful not to stir before you remove the seeds. You can also squeeze in a separate place to avoid having too much work. Yeah, and now I'm just going to remove the seeds. Oopsie. Yeah, I got them. I think there's one more down here. There. So to avoid all that, you can just squeeze them in a separate bowl. So now my sausages are ready. I don't need them to have any kind of liquid. They need to be as dry as possible. So let's now prepare the crepes. So my pan is almost hot enough. Then this is the spoon I'll be using to scoop the mixture. And here is my mixture. Yep. So in the pan, I'll not be using any kind of oil. I'm just going to be as is. So you'll notice if you'll set this aside for so long, it gets thick. So to avoid that, you can add some milk, because we don't need a thick paste. We just need something so light. And this is a bit too thick, so I'm just going to add a 1/4 cup of milk. So I've added. I'm just going to mix it properly. Yeah, I need it to flow that way. It should be as runny as possible. So now my pan is already hot. So it's time to do this. So 1 scoop. Just spread it nicely. We need it to be as thin as possible. Yeah, just give it time. And once you notice that the whole thing is dry, is when you go in and turn it. And since I didn't put any flour, I didn't add any cooking oil. I need to be very careful while turning this. I don't need it to tear. That's why I'm saying the flat pan is easier to use. The turning won't be so difficult, but this is okay. So I'm not going to really cook them. It's just a minute and we're done. So you'll notice how thin the crepes are. This is how we need them to be. Very thin, just like a paper. So I'll add my sausages. Note that I'm using the side that went first on the pan. Just add not too much, but just enough. And then you fold, one fold, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, to make this come together, you'll need to, on the first fold, before bringing this in, I'm going to use my fingers. There was some paste, so I'm just going to apply here. You can use a brush and then apply these parts and close it in. With the measurements that I've used, I was able to make 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces, but they could be more, they could be less, depending with how you prepare them. So one more step and we can enjoy this awesome, delicious sausage crepes. So I prefer to use unsalted butter. In this case, I added salt in the paste and also added salt on the sausages. So for my final step, I don't need to use salted butter. I think the salt would overdo the whole taste. I'll be using the same pan, so I'm just going to add butter. Just a little, not too much. Oopsie! Oh my goodness. No, we're not throwing that away. So just spread it nicely. If you have a pastry brush, it's better to use that, not as I'm doing here with my spoon. So once all the butter is spread evenly, I'll go in with my crepes. So you need to be very careful. On the folded side is where that I'll start with. Yep. Be very careful. Yeah, and just let them cook. If you're going to prepare this for your family, I'm very sure they're going to love it. So guys, let's do this. Prepare this for your families and comment down below, let me know what they think about them. For the sausages, you can use chicken, you can use beef, minced meat, you can use cheese. Cheese actually works so well. That is if you love cheese. It's time to turn. Wow, look at that. Again, be very careful. You don't need to peel off. Yep. And again, don't use too much heat, otherwise they will burn, and we need that golden color. Look at that. Isn't it just so beautiful? I'm gonna show you closely. There, look at that. Wow.